Oh, hey everybody, welcome to Fort Wayne, Indiana for episode 8 on the road, big time on the road. First time we're leaving Brookville, Franklin County, Fayette County. And we are here with the Coach's Corner crew at the Indiana State Bowling Tournament, I guess, isn't it?
That's right.
We got a bunch of us. We got Huffy over there in the dark. Sorry, our lighting, we're kind of making do here in our hotel suite, courtesy of Mike Huff, picking out a good room. We got our old Rob's Ratch guy over there, Danny Selm, and a great bowler. We got Wes. Wes, where you at?
Wes Hunt, right here,
Wes is there, almost in the dark. We got some new guys, but everybody knows it. Travis, I don't know your last name.
Sherwood.
Travis Sherwood, great bowler. And everybody should know this guy, Matt Davis.
The Davis.
The Matt Davis.
A bowling
Great
extraordinaire.
bowler. And we thank Matt for really getting all this organized. We got two of our ladies over here with us. We're going to put them in the camera.
Hey, ladies.
They're being a little shy here for a second.
Get them in the camera.
But we're going to at least show it, and then we're going to get them in here too. Are you gals ready?
Smile.
And your names.
There they are.
Brittney, Sherwood.
Okay, great bowler.
Miss Nix.
And supportive wife.
Yeah.
How are we? We back in,
A
everybody?
little more, a little more. A little bit more that way.
Can't see Huffo.
More
That's
towards
good to
Brittney.
go.
More towards
we're
Brittney
getting
next time.
started.
Yeah.
So really, the theme of today's show, and we're having a little laggy internet, so we're not going to move around a whole lot tonight. But Matt, I don't know, it was about 4 or 5 months ago,
Saturday night.
asked us if we'd all come up here and bowl in a tournament. Some of us, it's been over 20 years for me to bowl in a tournament. What about you, Wes?
It's been a while for me, probably 15 or 20.
Well,
A tournament like
what
this.
about Huff? Huff, you been in?
I don't know. I just wanted to go to Ollie's.
He just wanted. Hey, and I'm giving up. We're joking around a lot. We thought we were going to have Kevin Bauman in here. He
I
might
sure
be
hope.
outside yet. I don't know. But
Not sure old Matt.
Mike Huff has helped arrange motels. Matt did all the bowling arrangements
Wake up, man.
and organized us on our teams. And we thank him. Huff got us a good restaurant to eat. We've had a good evening. What time is it? About
It's
9?
late. Up bedtime.
Yeah, it's
10
after
o'clock.
10 probably.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It is late, but hey, it's the
It's
late
Saturday
night
night,
edition of the
Fort Wayne.
Coach's Corner crew.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Hey, we got to give a shout out to
Ollie's.
Ollie.
Ollies.
Great place to
You
eat.
guys
Could
like
not
Ollies.
recommend it more.
The ladies loved Ollies.
Could not recommend it more.
Homestead Street Road, US 24, Fort Wayne.
Great pizza, great service, great hospitality.
It was
Yeah.
great drinks too.
Yeah.
A lot of good Pepsi.
Yeah, Brittney had a lot.
Yeah, Brittney,
Over there in the
Brittney
corner.
needed water.
They had
The
plenty
Diet
of
Coke
Pepsi.
was great.
Hey.
But no, we're having a good time. We bowled.
Yep.
The episode tonight, everybody, is about bowling, and we're going to have a little story from each guy and go into our old thing. I should have my Jack's Back shirt showing here, but today we bowled the team event, didn't we, fellas?
We did.
Yep.
And Danny was on another team.
Losers.
Yeah, well, they're probably pretty good. I don't know. I'll let Matt do the definition of winning and losing. But the rest of us were all on a team together, and we did pretty good, don't you think, Matt?
Yeah, we shot over 3,500. It's gonna make us some money for sure.
Make the check payable to South Florida Tech inmates.
Well, and there was a 300 shot today.
There
Not on
was.
our team.
Not on our team.
But not by us.
I watched it.
Was that guy's first 300?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
No,
I
that's
doubt
good.
He looked pretty good.
He wound up shooting 792.
Yeah.
I looked at his set after we got done. It was 244, 248, 300, 792. Heck of a score.
Wow.
well,
So it leads me to think it's not his first rodeo.
well, it's and what's the name of the bowl now?
We're at Pro Bowl West in Fort Wayne.
Bowl West, Fort Wayne. They're a nice bowl now. You guys like it?
Dave Smalls owns that place. He owns a few bowling centers in the area, and he's got nice centers.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take the T off the west.
It's gonna be West.
Pro
Pro
Bowl.
Bowl.
Pro
Pro
Bowl
Bowl
West.
West.
Pro West.
One Bowl West.
One ball West.
Oh, West carried the team there that second game.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell you what,
I
Rob
tried.
Allen. And Rob Allen, yeah.
I got a standing.
Your host.
For my straight ball strikes. Not my team did.
224.
But the
Rob
crowd
Allen,
in the stadium
224.
gave a standing boo.
I think overall team wise, we all did really well, and we got some handicap with, my average and a couple of the other guys, so that helped out. But
I'm just here for the
overall
handicap.
team wise, with the handicap, I think we did great.
You're the beauty of the beast.
Well,
Yeah, I was asked to come because of all my handicap, guys. Remember
The only
that.
reason we asked Mike
I'm like a
because he knew where the
120
pizza
bowler.
place was.
Yeah, I was here for the
Honestly,
pizza
it
place
would've been
and
worth it.
handicap.
well, and we don't.
People
wanna-
usually
It would have
hate
been
me.
worth it.
Yeah,
We don't want to keep Mike in the dark, but we're having a little odd lighting tonight. We got one of the cell phone lights.
Well, his hat,
running
his hat and the
blinding in.
pillow are making him blend in.
Well, it kind of makes him mysterious.
Killer.
It makes him mysterious.
That's what the ladies like.
He's a little under the weather. I don't know, ladies. You
And the
think
ladies
we're
just like not
mysterious?
seeing you.
The ladies like not seeing me. That's what Travis just
But
said.
honestly, hey, and Wes, guys, there is a moment of sadness here.
Uh-oh.
On the previous shows where we have all our guys there, we have our props in the coach's corner.
Oh, lady.
And one of them is a signed photograph of Lainey Wilson.
That's
And
mine.
Mike Will,
that's
I don't
her.
mean to go personal,
That's
but
Brittney's
Mike
lady
Huff
right
has
there.
dated a few times and took her bowling. And they had a good time. But, hey Lainey, we're happy for you. We want you to come on the show someday. But she got engaged, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my
Mike's
God.
been a little bummed.
Old
but
Doug Hodges.
hey,
It don't make me bowl any better.
Every heart will mend.
Hey,
You guys had some fun.
show that turd who's boss tomorrow.
I will.
Well,
I might
you
get out
guys
the
don't
name
mind.
here.
I like to say something here.
Go ahead,
Well,
dude.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
kind of feel like on this podcast, I need to feel like I'm on a bad episode of The Little Rascals to my right and Phil Donahue to my left. And that's just kind of weird.
Well, Matt Davis could probably run this whole bowling episode by himself. We're going to keep it under control.
Girl.
But we
Girl.
got something to do. We got a little business to do first. Again, it's Saturday night, March 1st. We always say our date because we don't come out for a few days. But Wes, take it away. We got some shout outs to do.
Yes, I got some shout outs I'd like to do. This goes back to Franklin County high school sports. We always talk about football, basketball, volleyball, wrestling, all that stuff, but we got to shout out, first of all, the dance cats.
Dance cats.
They are awesome. They
Yeah.
do very well. They practice tons and tons, very hard. They need a shout out for sure. I'd also like to shout out the cheerleaders and the band because they put a lot of work into, and sometimes people overlook it. But I just wanted to say that about them three. What do you call it?
Organizations.
Three organizations.
in Franklin County High
Yeah,
School.
they do a great job. So a shout out to the band at FC, the cheerleaders, and them awesome dance cats.
And you know
They do
what?
great.
They're all great. We don't want to single just one or two out. But the daughter of our founder, Jody Doral Amrine, is one of the dance cats.
Yes, she is.
So the founder, we thank you. You're your
Salute.
daughter.
Thank
Jody. Jody organizes class reunions, Matt Davis.
I don't know her.
For some reason, I've never seen a bunch of class that's so close, but has shyness about a class. Why are you so shy about class reunions?
We're not shy.
Oh,
You're shy.
We just
every
get
time.
so drunk we can't remember what happened that night.
You guys are like, I'm going, I'm not going, I'm going, I'm not going. Then we take a picture down the corner crew. They're upset. But they had fun. But anyway,
You didn't
let's
see
get
that.
any other shout outs or anything?
Shout out again to Ollie's.
Ollie's.
yeah,
thank you,
always great
Boy,
place.
Send
to
some
eat.
sponsorship money our way. We'll
Great
mention it
pizza.
every day.
Couldn't have been better pizza. Couldn't have been better service. Drinks were fantastic. Get the B&B.
Mike Huff, how'd you ever find Ollie's?
Steven.
Steven. Again, Steven Huff. Behind the scenes.
Shout out to Steven.
Yeah.
He's the NBA
Yeah.
member here. Did you know he does all our NBA coverage?
Yeah.
He just hasn't been on yet.
This hasn't been on yet.
But
Get
Danny,
to-
what's going
get
on
to
down
work.
here?
I'm soaking it in.
Danny Selm also, original started off with Jack's back,
Yep.
went on there, things was a Rob's Rats softball player.
Yep.
But I'll go into a little bit. Obviously, we got Huffy, veteran of all the bowling wars, Brookville, Cedar Grove still to this day. Huff Brother Farms, John's Barber Shop.
Wow.
What other teams?
It's going way back.
Whatever, Matt. I was with Matt first.
The
Matt,
Crazy Dogs. or
Matt's
something?
the one that got me started on bowling in the league. I was like 35 when I first started bowling. So, it
No.
was 99, right, Matt? 2000?
Yeah.
You bowled at Cedar
I
Grove.
don't know. I
You
don't
get
know.
about 25.
I really don't remember when we
25.
started, but
That's
yeah.
Cedar Grove.
That's the first one that asked me to
Hey.
bowl.
Right.
So,
But you guys, what was your Tuesday night team?
that's John the Shave Shack. John
Okay.
Styling
John's
Shack.
Barber.
John the Barber.
Well,
We was in last place for 6 straight years.
it
We
was a
appreciate
labor.
that.
It was a labor of love with the
Got
John's
him.
Barber.
I don't know what kept me bowling. That's it. I don't know.
But you
Had
know,
it
we're
right
gonna
where
go
you
into-
want it.
Yeah, we did.
We're going to go into
Camaraderie.
some of the bowling guys we used to bowl against. Tell you a couple quick stories about them. But Danny, then after he got Jack's back, man, you started bowling all over the place. Where all of you bowled?
I started a few buddies, Kyle Hildebrand, Andy Saxtetter, going to Connorsville, just bowling a jackpot, and then I kind of took it a little more than they did, and started bowling league with John and Johnny Ball there in Brookville, and then kind of got hooked up with Matt Davis, and we kind of been around a few different centers now. So
We were all went downhill.
I've bowled about 5 years straight now, I think 6 years maybe, and that's my longest stint. Took some time off for work and different things, so yeah, that's Matt and I are still bowling together. So
Not trying to ballyhoo too many personal accomplishments, but how many 300s?
7,
7.
2 this year, and I shot my first 800 this year.
No, you shot 841.
I shot
841.
I'm sorry, I shot 841. Not to make light of it, yes, it's a very, very big score. I shot 841.
Good job, Dan.
and,
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
It's one,
Yeah.
it's one I never thought I would do, and
Yeah.
I did it. So
I shot
We didn't think you did either, Danny.
yeah.
Tell you what, I haven't seen you bowl in a while. And granted, you're with good company, these other
He's
bowlers.
improved.
But I tell you what, it's a
Yeah.
smooth, good roll.
Thank you.
Power behind it.
That's my doubles partner tomorrow.
Yes,
We're gonna be getting some monies tomorrow.
We've cashed in what the last 4 tournaments we've bowled together probably.
Let's
On-
keep.
on
I don't
doubles?
know how many,
Travis
but
and
let's
Danny's
just keep
team
the
name
streak
is
going.
second place.
Hey, second place.
Davis
Still,
and Laser Rain are whipping it out tomorrow.
you know
Woo!
what? You know what?
Pressure's on.
Second place still pays good. So I don't
I'll take
care.
second place money.
That's
Third
fine.
place
Hey.
pays good.
we're getting
Hey,
these
we
ladies
got
in
we
it
got
for
Team Lefty going on.
Team Lefty automatically
Kevin
settling for the
Mallon.
not first
That
team.
over. I want you to talk about your team here.
They're gonna have to
in a
make
little bit.
adjustments. They're not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
Wes Lay obviously was an original member of the first 4-man Jack's Pack team. Remember what night number 2, Wes?
I remember night 2.
Night 2.
Yeah, it was pretty
Brian
wild night.
Hartgreen, Roger Purcell, myself, Wes. Later on, Huff was a member of the Tuesday night team and the Thursday night team. Wes is bowled, jeez, all kind of different teams. Rushville years, Wes, our Rushville years.
Yeah, Rushville for
What was our team name?
probably
Both John the
3
Barber.
or 4 years in
Yeah.
the early 2000s. Then we went back in, I think I went back and started bowling there about 2009 or 10. Bowled there for 3 or 4 more years. Then I took off for about 10 years. And Matt Davis asked me if I wanted to bowl this year. And I'm glad he did, because I've really had a good time. I'm
Hey.
glad I got back into it.
You bowled with us in Connorsville.
Yeah, bowled in Connorsville.
Don't go there now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing shout outs, not shout downs.
Sorry.
Well, hey, you gotta be honest. Needs a little work.
The 4 lanes won't be available.
Yeah. But Wes,
But I started out in Cedar Grove. My first year ever bowled was in Cedar Grove. Then bowled with Jack's Pack for many years.
Yeah.
Down at Brookville. Bowled a little bit in Rushville, like I said. A few years in Connorsville. But I'm glad to get back into it. I'm glad Matt asked me, and I've had fun bowling with these guys on Thursday nights down at Brookville.
Glad to have you back.
Thank you, man.
that is a good thing, getting Wesley back on the line, on the lanes. And didn't have the egg ball today. But,
I didn't have the egg bowl today,
didn't
but
need it.
the Wild Ride did all right. He did okay.
Yeah. Then we got a new, well, not new to Matt and Danny and Wes, but this is the first time I got to meet Travis tonight or this afternoon. And gosh, okay, not trying to ballyhoo, but pretty darn good smooth roller here. And you've been bowling since you were in high school, didn't you? Bowl for
Oh
this
no!
guy?
I mean, I've been bowling since I was 6, 8, something like that. But yeah, Matt coached me in high school, so you credit him or blame him, however that works, however that needs to be. But I mean, honestly, couldn't say 100% for sure that I wouldn't be the bowler that I am without him. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, known him for a long time and good friend, good coach, all that other stuff. So, yeah, bowled mostly in Richmond, Dover and Me lanes back when it was worth bragging about, and then 40 bowl before it was worth bragging about, and it's not anymore.
We're not going to get too much sponsorship.
I mean, they wouldn't pay anyway. They wouldn't pay anyway.
We're not getting you ladies.
So,
So positive. Hey, we love you. We love you.
Love you, Blue.
I mean, people there are nice, I guess, but the lanes are what they are. But if anybody's ever bowled state tournament there, they know. So.
Do you bowl leagues in Richmond still?
Nope. Got out of there, went down south, headed south this year. Bowled in Brookville for the first year, all 6 lanes. With Matt and Wes, Bows, who's too sissy to be here with us.
He's tired.
And the missus who's over there with us. Great people down there, great house. Happy to be down there. Great to be in a house that you have fun in and people that you have fun bowling with. So.
And I'll say one thing. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
Are
So.
you in other leagues too? Or are you just down there?
No, just down there.
Okay. Well, they're darn good bowlers
Yeah.
and everything.
And this guy is just fun to watch bowl because he's that good. I mean,
Well-
it's just fun. I could go down and just watch him bowl and not bowl for myself because it's just fun to watch him bowl. He's so consistent and his average is crazy. For
I don't
Brookville.
get to watch me, but it's nice to have everybody else say it. I guess
Yeah.
Well,
I just hope I don't suck.
I don't. Again, you've had some 300s under your belt. haven't you?
I've had a few. I've had 12, but who's counting?
What's your highest series?
820.
820.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that was again back at Doe, back in the good old days.
Back down.
So
Well,
that was actually didn't have a 300 that set, but
really,
no 279, 299, 242.
Danny, what was your 3 sets?
268, 300, 273.
You had a 300 in
Yep.
there.
Yeah, Danny's
20.
a one-upper.
25 in a row. It was a fun night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys, that's some big time. But we like to tease this next guy a lot. We all have fun with him, and he has fun with us back. But I'm gonna tell you, I've known him since he was young. Well, he's 6 years younger than me, but he's took bowling serious ever since he was a super young guy and got teams organized and led them. And Matt D, tell us about your career. I don't need to talk about it. You tell about it.
Yeah.
It's your career.
Well, I
It still
started.
is.
I took up bowling when I was 5 years old. We bowled 2 years when I was 5 and 6 years old up at Western Bowl in Connersville, which is now closed and gone.
Yeah.
And then I took. I didn't start bowling until I was 14 years old, and I kind of took into it and got pretty serious. And obviously, by everybody here, you know I'll just bowl with about just anybody. About anybody. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I bowled with Kevin Bauman for years too, and that's desperate right there. But no, I've had the honor of coaching and bowling with just great people. Whether you bowl good or you bowl bad, it doesn't matter. It's just all about being with friends, having a good time. And if they bowl bad, that's fine because you're going to bowl bad. I mean, I went 256, 176 today. Nobody hung their head on me. I come back, shoot 220 something my last game. It's just all about bowling as a team. You know, Rob bowled good second game. I bowled bad. We picked each other up. That's what you do. I mean, it's a team thing. Have a few cold drinks. You have a good time. Have good friends. You know, like I said, Huffy got us into Ollies tonight. I mean, that's about the only thing he contributed today, but that's okay.
Hey, but it was good though.
I'm kidding, Huffy. I love
It was
you,
so
bud.
good though. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Over there. He's still with us. He's just feeling a little under the weather.
Get a
You know-
B&B or a strawberry or something martini, whatever that was.
But, you know, I took over coach at Central High School when they first started their program about, 17 years ago, 18 maybe, I don't know, maybe longer than that. But that's where I met Travis and Brittney, and the thing that makes you feel good about us being coach, and Rob probably deals with this and other guys too, is when the people that you've coached, that you've influenced in your life, and they come back and they're a part of your life later on in the sport, or even in general, just, the respect and and stuff, they know you did right by them by just being a decent person, which might surprise some people. There's people that actually kind of like me, I guess.
No, I'd say that.
Yeah.
But you know, I love bowling. I bowled a long time. I bowled a lot of different houses. I bowled Newcastle, Rushville, Connorsville, Brookville, Cincinnati, multiple houses in the city, and I bowled my 13-300s, and a lot of them.
Richmond.
I've had a lot of them in different houses. I bowled at the state tournament. I bowled 300. I've got 2 800s.
I got the state tournament.
And all I can say is, you know, that the more than just the bowling, is just the experience like we're having right now. I wouldn't have cared if I'd shot 150 a game today. We had a good time. Everybody had a good time up here in Fort Wayne. Had good food. Just, you know, I have a chance to come on this highly rated podcast that's going viral.
Make it viral, baby.
The only thing I have to do is a disclaimer: there will be no autographs given after this podcast, please.
We've only had one autograph given since we've done the
Well,
podcast. I think we signed more before.
You guys have had Cowbell on here, and I know I can't compete with Rob Callen.
Well, he was here. He would. Well, just a second.
Would he give me
I'm
a
glad that you're not under the pole.
But
We ain't gonna talk about
How
the
many different
Oh,
teams
right.
you?
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I mean, gosh,
Yeah.
how many teams? And in Brookville, hey guys, in the Brookville years, Matt, what was the teams you bowled with most? Just in the Brook. I mean,
Well, starting out, I bowled with Priority Cleaners. We're coming right out of high school, and it was me and Gig and Sean Short and old Dwayne Cooper. And that's what we bowled there. We bowled those group of guys, and then people's interchanged in and out over the years. And I bet I bowled in my lifetime with probably over 100 different guys, and people averaging anywhere between 120 and 230. Yeah, I mean, you just bowl with all walks of life. I bowled, but down in Brookville, we did Priority Cleaners. We did Priority Cleaners for a long time. I subbed there for a little bit for Gordy Tire Sales.
oh,
I subbed at Gordy's for a couple years with Gordy Holderman and John Tierney, Don Tierney and those guys.
Tierney.
And Matty Wolver was on that team. And, you know, bowled against Huffy with the barber shop, both John Ball, Johnny Ball, and all those guys. And just got to meet a lot of just extraordinary people over the years, just whether it be in Brookville or somewhere. I've been bowling in the national tournament in Reno, Nevada, and a guy comes up and says, "Hey, I know you," and I'm like, "Okay." And he just knew me from bowling down Cincinnati, and bowling is a smaller group than what people think, and people know you outside of just the bowling alley, and it's kind of a sense of community, and it makes you feel, you know, just because somebody knows who you are, it's kind of a cool feeling to know that. And so I bowled, like I said, I did some PBA stuff about 14 years ago. I bowled some PBA regional events. I was fortunate enough to cash in one, bowl against the best in the world, and to get a check is very
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. I mean, it's one of my highlights of my career.
Yeah.
What did you roll in?
Same.
I averaged 220, I think 224 for the tournament, and I cashed it was like $485, which it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was just the fact that, you know, I bowled against guys that was in that tournament like Robert Smith and guys that are that's all they do for a living is they bowl all the time.
Yeah.
And
Well, and they only pay the top 16. So when he says he cashed it, they only pay the top 16.
yeah,
So that's in certain tournaments, like to make 485, they only pay 485 to the lowest guy. So he did well.
That's some damn good stuff.
Yeah, that was good times.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even ask you. What's your high series though?
my high series is 836.
Okay. Now I want to tell one
I
thing
bowled
about.
I bowled in with that one.
Was you with
that
him
was
on
a
that
good.
one?
That was a good night.
I also add one thing about Matt that I just was glad I was there, and correct me if I'm wrong on this. Years and years and years of Brookville lanes. Chuck Westman was the only 300 game. Chuck was a good solid bowler, and 170, 180 bowler. Had a 300 game for years, and he's the only guy for the plaque. And Matt, correct me if I remember, it was first shift. You guys might have been in the middle lanes. I was bowling second shift, just watching back from the lounge, and that was when you were the next guy then, or the only guy then, weren't you? Was there somebody in between?
No, Chuck Westman shot 300 and Brent Shelton shot 300.
Was he before you?
Yes, Brent Shelton shot the second 300.
Job, Brett.
And then on lane 5 and 6, I shot my first 300 at Brookville.
Okay.
and I shot another one at Brookville on lanes 3 and 4. And the big thing about that was, and a lot of people don't know, like with the modern technology, you have lane oilers that can lay the oil down on a 1-inch. I mean, like one board they can per unit across the board. But back then, Rusty was actually using, it looked like a bug sprayer, and he would hand spray them with the oil and then use a towel to push it down. And I shot 300 on that, which made it, and Chuck and Brent did too. I mean, so that's what made that kind of a bigger accomplishment. And then when that bug sprayer or whatever it was broke, Rusty used to actually use like an old like restaurant diner ketchup bottle.
Me and Danny were talking about that.
And he would lay it out and he would push it down the mop. And I shot 300 on lanes 3 and 4. So I mean, that's up there with big highlights for me in my bowling career, just because of the simple fact of a 6-lane center at a basement of the Eagles with a the oil patterns the way it was. It was pretty challenging, but that's what makes you a better bowler when you go to other things. I bowled a 300 at the state tournament. Travis has shot 300 at the state tournament. And those rank up high just because of the setting and the different, you know, you've never bowled in that center before. I mean, I'm in Maryville, Indiana, and I shoot 300. Travis shot his 300 in
Indy did Woodland Bowl, I think.
Expo. It was an Expo Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, we shoot 300s, and when you shoot big scores in a different setting, a different house.
It's well, the degree of difficulty. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it
not a
is.
house shot. It's you know,
You don't know what you're walking into, kind of thing. And,
yeah.
Hey,
and,
Well, and for those of you who don't know Brookville lanes, the big house that it is, all 6 lanes. So when somebody says the middle pair, it is 3 and 4 because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
hey,
So
still bigger than Cedar Grove with 4, and
Oldenburg.
Oldenburg 3 lanes.
How does
Oldenburg,
that
Dan
work?
Walter, we're giving you a shout out.
3 lanes.
League high average down
Basement
there.
of the church.
We used to
Hear that,
bowl
Danny?
match. You ever bowled
Yeah.
there?
I've never bowled Oldenburg.
It's
either.
unbelievable.
above ground
Three
ball
lanes
returns, if
centered
nobody's ever
between
seen
the
that,
church
it'll
and
freak
school.
you out for the first
I
time.
don't think it's there.
Nice.
But hey, Brittney, jump right into this seat so I don't have to move the
Oh,
camera.
shoot.
We want to hear about this fine lady bowler's career too.
Yep,
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
that's
I
Mrs.
mean-
Sherwood over there.
I've been bowling since I was 7 years old. I met Travis when I was probably 8 or 9. Matt actually coached me in high school, and I gotta attribute most of the reason why I am the bowler that I am today to Matt. He was there. They were there.
Don't you insult
probably-
him.
Shut up. He was there when him and Travis both were there when I shot my first 300 at Connorsville. I mean, 773 I think was my highest series.
Nice.
773.
773.
Hold on.
I
When
shot
you
Can I
say-
interrupt just 1 second?
When you say
Just
your
gonna move this back. Just
first
a little bit.
300, how many 300s do you have?
I just have that
That'll make-
one.
Oh, just have that. Okay.
Yep, I just have that one.
Well, that's one more than I got.
Well, did you
Until
have 300?
tomorrow. Until tomorrow. We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
we're gonna change the name tomorrow to Pro Bowl West.
Okay, now, and I'm from the back here, guys. At Brookville, obviously, we had men's, women's league, and mixed leagues. The rules are different now. You're bowling. Is it even called the men's league, or is it just like a Thursday,
Well,
a Tuesday
that's
night?
the
Depends on
way-
the league you're in.
The way USBC works, you can either designate your league to be a men's only league, a women's only league, and that comes up to the league vote, or you can have it as a social league. And a social league means men and women can both bowl.
Which I kind of like that.
In Brookville, for years, Tuesdays and Thursday were men's leagues, Monday and Wednesday were women's. Now, Tuesday night is a 3-person, I don't know if it's a social league or, I know Thursday night it's a social league, so women and men both bowl together, so it's
Okay.
not, you know, and it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really matter. I mean, because Brittney can beat you just as good as anybody else. I mean, like I said, I bowl with Kevin Bauman, so.
He'd be like, Matt, you know I'm good. And then he'd be giving her a
Hey.
back rub.
Hey.
Doubles partner tomorrow.
Doubles partner tomorrow.
The
Yep,
lefties.
that's Team Lefty
The
tomorrow,
lefties.
so they're
Team
spreading
Lefty.
it.
The
tomorrow.
secret,
Well,
the big secret to successful bowling in a team event is you have to have at least 1 or 2 left-handers on your team.
Well,
Absolutely.
Am I blocking Huffy out?
You can't see it anyway.
But no, and we got I had to move the microphone a little bit. I want to make sure it's picking you guys up. It's a great mic. It does a pretty good job. But okay, are you the only lady bowler bowling right now in that league?
Full time, yes.
Okay.
But
Jennifer Strothman.
Jennifer
Oh, yeah,
Strothman,
Jennifer.
George, yeah,
she's
Jennifer.
She's been bowling.
There was another lady
Yeah.
that's bowled too.
She was a good bowler, always was.
Jennifer's a good bowler. Yeah.
Jennifer
Aaron
is a good
was,
bowler.
too.
There was
Yes.
another lady that's bowled too.
Yes.
I'm pretty
Uh,
sure there's
I
one
don't
more.
know.
Matt, there
Yeah.
was one year at Cedar Grove when Rusty, who we're talking about, went down and ran Cedar Grove for a while, where me and Huffy, we bowled everywhere, both, or Brookville and Cedar Grove, almost about the same, but where Penny was the anchor, like, I forget, she was with some of her family, and she was almost like league high average that year. I mean, Penny, who we all know was a great bowler. Didn't she have a pro card for a little while?
She never got her pro card,
didn't
but
get it.
she won the Indiana Queens tournament
Okay.
one year, which is it's a big deal.
That's
it really
a big,
is.
That's
awesome.
a huge deal.
She was a good bowler.
Yeah.
though.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's
And
good. That's
Penny, hey,
huge.
watch our show sometime.
Yeah.
I know where I'm friends with her on Facebook.
Penelope
Yeah, she's
down
something.
there in Dundee, Florida.
I'll tell you what, and yeah, you guys have bowled a lot of places, but when we have been at some places where, hey, I'm not picking on nobody, but here we go. The thing I always admired about, but back
This
in the
one's
day, I
nice.
always
I
thought
said it
Penny
wrong.
and Rusty together ran. I don't know. The scores were ready. Yeah, there was breakdowns on the lanes, old equipment, but it was always organized. The standings, your averages, the clean. You could take the kids down there. It was a well-run show. And then at different times, different people we know ran it. And it's not an easy job. And we know that the equipment and the facilities and the situations aren't easy, but I always enjoyed it in those years and stuff. But
Well, if nothing else, it's the people you bowl with.
Yeah,
That's what a lot of
what
it
makes
is.
it.
Just the people you
That's
bowl
what
with.
makes it
And,
the most
Nicolette, you got anything to say over there? We got Nicolette over there. We got to get her. You can come over
Miss
here and get
Nix.
the camera. But around the horn, though.
Drop my hat.
Oh, the cowboy hat's on. You need it back?
My hair's
Oh.
pushing it up. I
Sorry,
can't
Miss
get
Nix.
it. Edit that.
June had that.
Hey,
I'm
But-
still
tired.
read it though,
To the call.
Miss Nix.
I'm in
Yeah,
charge.
hey, the Room of the Dark. Guys, you haven't seen the Room of the Dark. Brittney, you wouldn't be afraid of it. Matt might be a little afraid. He's been in Brockman. You know, if you disbehave on the podcast,
Me usually.
we go. And you guys stand in the black room back there, the Room of the Dark, where there's bats.
Me.
And all kind of.
I'm not going in that room.
It's right behind where our end person sits, and everybody's like, "What's in that dark room back there?" He always says the ghost of Bill Charles or something.
Yeah,
But
tomorrow does.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
not going in there.
you'd like it. It's
No,
kind
I
of
won't.
scary.
I don't like bats.
It's a
We
little
almost
scary.
sent Wes
So
in
that,
there one night
Yeah,
too.
Wes was-
Damn, he almost got put back.
I got a little wild that one night.
But
Almost the Simpsons.
you know, we're having fun with this show, but just around the horn. Look, Matt, Wes, Huff, all of us guys who bowled in the old guard days with Chuck and Virgil and
Teammates.
John Ball, the Pioneer Ball. We can name hundreds of them. But around the horn, and you guys can add from your different places or Brookville, just a person or a quick interlude about, I don't know how to explain the question.
Somebody that was kind of influential or
Just
something
well,
that really
that or
stuck out
just
in your
a
head.
crazy fun thing. At Brookville, there was a lot of characters, and it made it fun.
Oh my
And
goodness, yes.
but it was also serious but fun. But how do I don't know even how to explain how I'm trying to ask it, but maybe a zany thing that happened or a crazy thing, but I don't know, or an admiration thing. Huff,
Just
you
your
got one?
influences.
I don't.
Your influences?
Do you have any?
No.
What about John Ball? He was always helpful to you.
The mic won't pick you up with your hands over your face.
I don't know to say, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't bowl enough to even.
Go to Ollie's.
Yeah, go to Ollie's. Danny probably got
All
some.
right.
Ollie's, well,
okay.
that's good.
Come back to me. I don't know.
Then I will. I'll come right back to you right now. I'm going to say two names. Walking the dog. Coop.
Coop, I didn't bowl with Coop.
And
I didn't bowl on Thursdays.
no, he bowled on Tuesdays for years.
I didn't bowl with him though.
He
I didn't
bowled with
start
him. All
bowling
right.
until Matt got me bowling
John-
in 1999.
John McCracken.
John McCracken. He probably had. John
Bigger.
Ball.
Branch.
I bowled with Chuck Wisman, Virgil Roulette, Jim Locke. I was like
Jim
25
Locke.
years old, and them guys are all in their 70s.
So I think
And I didn't
What's
bowl
that,
good on
roulette?
a doubles, and I got yelled at.
He said, "Are you here to drink or are you here to bowl?" And I said, "Jim Locke, I'm probably here to drink, man, because you're not going to get any more out of me."
Well-
And he got mad, and we went on our way. That's probably the last time I ever talked to him.
Oh,
Because he
my
passed
goodness.
away soon after that.
He could throw a ball hard too.
He could, yeah.
Uh,
So that,
that's good. See, you did exactly what we wanted. Danny, probably bowl of us. Nick
Been-
Reeves summer.
Been too
I
quiet
mean-
too long.
Yeah, no, Cedar Grove,
The beginnings.
bowled in Brookville. I mean, as far as people to thank to even get me into it, because I didn't bowl in high school. I didn't have that connection to it. I just kind of started doing it. Kyle Hildebrand getting me out of the house, right out of high school, going up to the bowling lanes in Connersville. That got us started. You know, I've talked about, you know, my honor scores a little bit. I remember not breaking 100. Anybody can get there. So he got me out of the house, got me started doing it in general. From there, Johnny Ball, big influence, getting me down to Brookville, bowling in men's leagues, again, barely breaking 120, 130. It was about who you bowled with, and now I'm averaging, 215. So Matt Davis, I think everybody can put him on his list. Four teams up here.
yeah, I
You know, we're
for
talking
sure.
about one team
I mean,
and being part of another team, just organizing 4 groups. You know, that's a lot of people to get together, get their money together, everything. You go to any of these bowling houses, the same people kind of run them, the people on the organizations. Every one of them can walk up and you say, "Oh, I'm with Matt Davis," and they say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we know him."
Wow.
Matt Davis,
What's it like?
he knows a lot of people. He's been
Dude, that
connected with
changed
a
a
lot.
Sorry.
So
That's
no,
a
you're
technicality.
fine. You're
That's-
fine.
That
Jim Locke.
brightened up the whole screen.
Has Sammy Terry here or something?
Yeah,
Sammy
that's
Terry?
how
Sammy Terry.
Sammy Terry.
We know we're all-
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry,
Brian,
Danny. We didn't mean to
Fine.
scare you.
Jim
with the
Locke,
light.
Jim Locke,
The spirit of
Jim
Jim Locke.
You
Yeah.
messed up.
Hey, but I want to ask you about your early days with Jack's Pack.
Yeah.
Don't you think an influential character that you probably haven't bowled much with one again, Nick Reepsummer?
Absolutely.
Beatty.
Yeah. What about that?
Absolutely.
Nick always used to go, "I may not be good, but I got rings,
Yeah.
championships."
Yeah.
We didn't have a ring ever, but he'd go like this, like we just won like 4 big diamond rings. We won the league a lot down there. He goes, "I got rings, Danny
Yeah.
Selm."
Yep.
So wouldn't you say that was a character?
Absolutely.
We love you, Nick and R. But
Yeah.
Wes, oh God, you got to be like me. Like we could go like an hour, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Say one of your things. It's
Oh, well, yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Obviously, if you
Killer
are sitting
bees.
in this room right here, love both Matt Davis, Rob Allen, Gig, Huffy,
Who's Gary?
Gary,
Yeah, who's Gary?
and Gary Marmozet Jr. Love to watch him bowl. Good bowler, great bowler. But down at Brookville, I don't know, I bowled with him at Cedar Grove, John Ball. You mentioned him a little earlier. He just
bowl today, by the way.
he bowled
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's
Made
still
it
bowling,
today.
so that's great. But yeah, his personality and he just got a calming effect about him. I could bowl with him probably as much as we both could bowl. I don't know. I can't bowl that much anymore. I don't know about him.
He was having fun today, though.
Hey, you carried
Yeah.
the team second game there, bud.
Well, thank you. But
But we got so many stories from Brookville, probably on the wild side. Not wild, bad stuff, but
yeah,
just when you're bowling with Harp and Russ Thomas
Right,
and
yeah.
us and
yeah,
the guys I bring in, Todd Lee sometimes, or
Yeah.
Nick or Huff and
yeah. It was fun bowling with all
Dan
them
and
guys.
Andy and everybody.
Yeah. Well, Craig Hurdle. I remember Craig Hurdle.
He started out with us too.
Craig
Straight
just
baller.
threw that hard straight ball
He had a
pretty much.
Galaxy too, I think.
Galaxy 300.
That's
Charcoal gray.
That's what he bowled
That's
with.
what he
when we-
started with.
When we bowled, once we got second.
That's actually
national
something
last
weird
day,
about
we
me,
had that
Rob.
guy.
I remember when I first meet
Oh.
people. I remember the bowling ball that they threw.
I'm right with you. And Matt, I can still name the old bowling lineups from like the old 12-minute, like Terry Cottage and all that. It's kind of weird on my part, but Matt can probably
No, but
mention
yeah,
I
it
used to
really
do that
is.
too.
It's
But
just something.
Wes, do you remember the Brockman tournaments? The grudge matches.
Yes. Fayette County versus Franklin County.
Wars.
Yeah, they were wars. They were.
We had 18 guys a few years.
Yeah.
That was
nine
awesome.
on 9. We go to Brookville for a while. Then
Yeah.
we went to Cedar Grove and did it. But yeah, they were fun. I can't remember the overall who won the most.
Franklin County won the most.
Okay.
They'll debate that, but we did.
Look who you bowled against.
Yeah, but Jim Hardy, Steve Bush.
Steve Bud Hardy.
Yeah. Hey, Rock, we said we were going to mention you. Rock was
Rock.
saying about bowling. He goes, I gave all my stuff away. And I want to know what it is about former bowlers. They use the same excuse. 2 things. Sold it or throw it in a yard sale. Can't find it. I'm like, what is it about you retired bowlers? Y'all got the same crackpot excuse. You probably got the balls sitting all over the place, you liars.
Don't quit, then you got to worry about
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Jim Hardy, he was a pretty good bowler.
oh, he was good.
Oh yeah, them guys are good
He
bowlers.
took it serious. Jim wanted to always do good, and he was
Yeah.
fun. Actually, he's a good, fun guy to bowl with.
Yeah.
But, and
Well,
Roger.
there's tons of them, but I just kind of remember Craig Earl when he first started throwing
Yeah.
that hard, straight ball, and now he throws a nice curve in there and nice, good bowler, great bowler. now.
Boy, and we had some fun times at Rushville, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
I got to bowl a couple. Me and Rusty flip-flopped one year. Rusty bowled against the better teams, and I bowled against the where you needed the thing.
Yeah.
We were the Killer Bees.
We were.
And X-Men, who we know who that is, Gig. We forgive you. He was a little rough on us sometimes, wasn't he?
Everybody.
We missed a spare. He let us
Yeah.
to chew, and we had to answer to Sire Gig. But we love you, Gig. Hope you're watching.
Oh, we had good times up there. And a little bit later on, we bowled up there with me and Matt and Bowles,
I was getting ready to
Billy
say that.
Allen, and
That's right.
Travis Graham.
Billy Allen.
Rushville? Yeah.
Am I forgetting somebody?
Yeah.
Johnny Ball bowled with us over.
Johnny Ball,
It's a good freaking team.
Jacker. I don't know. That was fun. That was good times up there at Rushville.
We got the
Billy
barefoot
Allen.
contestant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis, we don't want to leave you out here.
Oh, no.
I know you didn't get to know all these guys we're talking about from Brookville, but
That's
I'm
all right.
sure you've had characters or fun
Well,
guys to go
no,
against.
the thing is with I've like I said previously, Matt's coached me since I was, I was a freshman in high school, so
Yeah, that's
Four?
good enough. Just
oh something. So it's been 20 plus years ago. So between bowling with him and then hearing all the stories, I feel like I know most of these guys
Right.
for the whole time that I've been around. So there's stories that Matt's told. I feel like I've heard so many times. I feel like I could tell them myself, which that's a good thing because they're great stories and it's worth hearing. So, yeah, as far as bowlers that have impacted me or influenced me, certainly Matt would be, probably number one on the list for sure. Whether or not be coaching or just being around. Jerry Murphy, John Murphy, Raleigh Morris, the guys around Richmond area that just classic legends. The only guys that I know that I would say
Bobby.
I always try to stay humble. I really do, and I don't mean this to sound like it's going to sound, but that I would never consider myself better than those guys.
respect.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Might have been Al Bundy giving you that pole.
Well,
touchdowns.
there's only so many people who scored 4 touchdowns in a state championship game, and
I wish I had that.
Johnny Boxing jersey.
Yep. So,
Butter shoes for practice.
yeah.
Is there one guy? Because again, let me just throw out a couple names: Lawrence Knight, Chopper, blah blah blah. Different guys we know. We don't want to go into Virgil and all them guys.
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
Walters, and
Homer.
Danny Waywood. Is there like somebody that stood out and just like? I mean, that's the fun thing about bowling. Nobody's the same. Every bowler's different. You would think, okay, they look the same or they bowl. No, every bowler is singular that way. Nobody's alike. So is there anybody that just stood out in a fun way or kind of like, how do they do that? Or how do they?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of guys that have bowled well, just that I've always bowled with or bowled against. The only guy really that I can think that's ever been I would say unique to the point where it's worth like, how do they do that good? And it's it's going to sound, I don't mean to sound negative because it really is a compliment. Would be Rick Hannenbaum, because he just chicken wings it so much.
Oh,
But,
phenomenal.
hey, but Rick will beat you and smile while he's doing it and say sorry when he's done. I mean, like, he's just a good bowler, but if you ever watched him bowl, you'd say, how does that guy score the way he does? But he does. Rick's just a beast, too.
The one thing I remember about Rick, like, when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, he goes, you want to know how to average 200.
Yeah.
Get a double, at least get a double per game, and pick up all your spares.
Yeah, that's good
It's-
advice.
I mean,
That's
Big
good
time.
advice for everybody listening. Like,
Absolutely.
everybody wants to say, like, oh, 200. Like, how do you do that? That's such a hard thing. You're like, hey, make your spares and throw a double. It's
yeah.
It sounds so simple elementary wise, but it's not.
Absolutely.
it really is.
Easy
Like
to do.
like
Yeah.
most things, if you can keep it simple, break it down, keep it simple. It's not that
But his
it's not
point was,
complicated.
you don't have to always strike
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
average
No.
200. You
Yeah.
can make your spares.
Yep.
But Matt,
Spares.
you're like me, and these guys, we could name 100 different guys.
Yeah.
Zany, crazy, fun, great. Name somebody or a couple.
Well, I could sit here and talk for 4 hours about the different characters I've met in the bowling world, whether they be somebody that averages 130 all the way up to being on the PBA tour. One of the first people that I kind of pops in my head is, you knew you made it out of high school when you got into the adult tournaments, and you got the index card out of the bowling bag, and it was Virgil Roulette, and he had all your information on the index card. And Virgil will come up and he'd say, Matt Davis, we're going to bowl at Oxford on Saturday, 1 o'clock. It's me, you, Rusty Bonadistel, Mike Sorrells. He made me my train of thought. And, like, Doug Sparks, we bowl at 1, I'll pick you up at 9. I would be like, it's in Oxford, Virgil. Well, we don't want to get there late. Virgil Roulette was the character of characters,
The wind up.
the wind up, the twirly bird, the whole 9 yards.
And then
Virgil
to
Roulette
finish like
was
that.
That wasn't Moose Piss, was it?
no, that's his son. But Virgil made bowling every week when you come in there. You knew what that crazy man was going to say or do. And he had so much fun. Another person, every time you see him, would never hardly talk, but you knew where he was in the bowling alley. And everybody in this room is going to know when I do it. Woo! 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 Woo!
Well,
Roly Rogie Oglesby. Rogie. Hey, Rogie, how you doing?
clear
Gumball.
gold ball.
Got the gumball. Got the gumball.
And he would always give you the 5 like this.
Yes.
The Rugi.
6 sevens, none in a row. I mean, Rogie was just, it was awesome,
Clear
But-
ball, gold ball.
I mean,
clear.
as far as personalities, and then of course you had Penny and Rusty, which was very influential, taking me around for tournaments and stuff. We bowled nationals together. We went everywhere. Penny would sit there and tell you you're the nicest guy in the world, and then cuss you out 10 minutes later, but loved you all the same. And John Ball was probably the most influential guy on me as a kid and growing up, because when we went to bowling tournaments and stuff, John would work 12, 16 hours at Ford and sleep in the van while he would take us to the youth tournaments. One of them we passed was on the way up here. It's not called the Brown Bowl anymore in Portland.
Yeah, it's Thunderbolt. Or,
Yeah,
it's
Rolling Lanes.
Bowl. Rolling Lanes.
Rolling
Yeah,
Bowl.
Rolling Lanes.
But I mean, and John Ball, just loved the guy to death because he did so much for me as a kid, and I still go to tournaments and bowl with John. And it doesn't matter if the guy's going to shoot a 40 game, I'll go to bowl with John. But there were so many fun guys, and like I said, the guys that sit in this room with me, I enjoy bowling with, whether we bowl good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. But the Brookville crew, Chuck Wistman, Ed Kolb, and it's just kind of, it's fun to kind of go through this reminiscing, because a lot of these guys are gone and they passed away. And you threw old Walter's Dairy Cottage crew.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
The
Dan
Fab-
Wayward.
the Fab Four.
Oh
know
God,
that.
yeah, them guys just, you know, you had Rusty's dad, Ron, bought us the
He
bowl.
was the anchor man.
Never said much. Through a blue crush, Rusty bought it for him, and
Richie bowled with that for a
Rich-
while later. He was
yeah,
a left-hander, I
yes,
think.
and it's just,
Richie
you
was
know,
right. No,
Yeah.
Richie was left. Richie was right.
Yeah.
you know, when I grew up bowling with David and Paula Jish and Gig Marmazet and all of us down there, Nick Garvin, we had some really good bowlers for our little, and that about 5-year age group with Johnny Ball, we were, and all those guys, most of them still bowl.
Yeah.
And we run into each other at bowling alleys and stuff, and
I remember
but
Jish always had that jersey like Danny Wiseman. Oh, like the untucked,
Yeah.
flame kind of like long hanging.
But we, bowling's brought me to a lot of people in my life that just makes me thankful that I chose to be a bowler. A lot of people sat back and watched it on TV and said, that's easy. Well, okay, but it's something people can do. You can do it for a long time. You can meet a lot of great people. And I love it. It's like family. You
Yeah,
know,
very
and the thing
much.
about family is we all bitch at each other. We all complain
Yeah.
and we hug it out or whatever. I'm just saying it is.
Yep.
It's kind of like a family setting.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Uh,
absolutely.
Brittney, what about you?
I mean, I don't know. Frank Poole, Matt Davis, Frank's.
Jim Walker.
There you go. There's one.
Just you bowl with Jim Walker.
I don't know. He's talking to me yet.
Yeah.
Frank was a coach. Frank's known me since I was little, probably 7 or 8 when I first started bowling. And then, you know, he coached me through junior leagues. And then I got into high school and met Matt. Matt started coaching me when, you know, I was sophomore in high school. And, you know, Matt, like I said before, Matt's been, you know, probably one of the reasons why, like,
I just want to
I
make
love
something
bowling.
clear, though. I want to make something
You-
very
you-
clear.
you were
I
a-
did not pay anybody
Yeah.
for saying nice stuff about me.
Yeah.
Wait a
Yeah.
Okay.
minute, that was
You-
Nicolette. is
No.
that
He
true?
coached you before freshman,
Yeah.
before sophomore, because he coached me in freshman. You were a junior.
No, he was a sophomore. I was
You
a
want this
sophomore.
chair?
You're a year
I
under
got a
me.
chair.
I was a sophomore.
You're a
bowl
year
your
under
freshman
me.
I did not bowl my.
Oh, you didn't bowl your freshman.
Okay, I was a year under. You were a year
No,
under me,
I
so
didn't
I was
bowl
a
my-
freshman. So.
I did not bowl
First
my
barefoot
freshman year.
performance.
Yeah.
I tell you.
It was my
Sarah's
sophomore
gonna
year.
love that.
Huffy, you need a. Huffy, you need a.
No,
You might need a
probably
deep,
a
no,
hammer
he's like,
back
we've all
in
been
the
fighting colds and stuff, but, you know,
Need a Mucinex?
Nah, I don't cost
Yeah.
I'll say mine just real quick, because the show is about these folks, really. Jack's Pack was our bowling team. It was always named after my dad. Bowled, I remember, see, I get a little, okay, I'm going to say this, Cedar Grove, be ready, Michael Master. I always am the longest tenured bowler down there. I started in '87 with Bowles, Eddie Moster, Robbie Jewell, Steve Simmermeyer, Roger Ripberger. I'd sub. Talk about a drinking crew there. That was about the booze. Cedar Grove was heavy drinking lanes.
Drinking Cedar Grove?
Yeah, imagine that. But
It's not.
and then Brookville, I got in the early '90s with Marty Hillenbrand and those guys. And Marty was good and Rock and all them. But Jack's Pack was our team. Started and still going to this day. And people think it's named after a liquor store, but it's not. It was named after my dad. And Steve Kreider made the logo, so I got it on, but you won't see it. There's one quick Virgil story. We can't all go into Virgil stories, but they're fun. They're fun. But one night, I was sitting keeping score next to Virgil, and this is only how Virgil could do it. He had alcohol or adult beverage, cigar. Can I still say cigar in today's world? He had a cigar.
He used to say cigar.
Next thing you know, Virgil, and we kept our own score. Virgil was a good scorekeeper, pretty neat about it, but he goes like this, Matt. Beer out of the mouth, all over the score sheet, with ash in the beer. Okay, so the score sheet is wet. God love you, Virgil. We love you.
That's back when people.
He
had to
would
keep
laugh
score by
about
hand.
He
and
takes
know how to
his
do it.
handkerchief. He always carried a handkerchief. Wipes the sheet off the smear lead all over, and then cleans himself off, and we're right back at it. But I was kind of like, there's ash in the bowl in the drink that came up, and it's just no mention. Keep on going. But we loved him, and we loved all those guys, and I mean, we great friends with Branch McCracken, our friend Boss Water. We love you. He was always in a hurry, and he was he's just a great friend of mine. And the Fab Four, the Dale Smith years, Johnny Back, and John Ball, Ray Amrine, the Pioneer Bar Boys, the Balls, and Tommy Whittemore, and Mark Clemens, and every team. You just knew them well, and you looked forward, and you had rivalries. But the banquet, the end of the year, another little quick story, and then I'm done. Banquet. Rusty'd always do a roll call. Who's coming back next year? Priority Cleaners. Yep. Brookville Lanes. Yep. Smith Insurance. No! And the bowlers are all like, we're not coming back in? We're out? Roger Purcell.
Roger.
He goes, no! And they're all like, we're out. And Rusty's like, are you guys really out? It's like they've been here for years. And they're looking at it. It was great just to see them. We're out. Like, you're out of here. Roger said, you're out of here. But, and then and Rusty, very stoic, dry sense of humor. I don't know how it got started. Remember, Rusty was wearing a red shirt one night, and we were usually red and black. Harper or somebody starts a Post-it note. It says Jack's Pack on it. So next thing you know, we're handing it from lane to lane. Next thing you know, John Back's got it on. Some other guys got it on. And finally we're like, what happened to the Post-it note? Down on lane 6, we look, Rusty, Jack's Pack, Jack's Pack. And we're like, oh man, we got him now. But guys, we've got singles and doubles tomorrow, all of us. Your partners with Kevin Bauman, and question. I don't want to even get you in trouble with your husband, but he's got to be around. Has Bowles gave you the neck rub?
I've gotten one.
Oh yeah.
Little lady, you're gonna be all right.
Thursday nights.
Okay, Bowles can give the rub.
He was here supposed
No
to.
trouble at all. No problem at all.
It's a teaching thing.
Yeah.
It's a relaxing.
Whatever makes the
It
team
is.
better.
Even though there's been times we're like, oh, Bowles, I think it's a little rough there. But we love Bowles, softball player, bowler, great
Yeah,
card
softball
player. Yeah.
He's probably resting up for doubles.
Yeah.
He's going to be
Hey.
ready to fire it
Hey.
in there.
We got Team Lefty.
Yeah,
Team
they're
lefty.
lefties.
Look out for him.
You
Mark.
it's you and Wes, right? Matt and Wes.
Yeah, first place team.
Me and
right?
Danny.
You and Danny, and
That's
us
right.
two right here. The
And-
Cedar Grove
yeah.
Jack's Pack.
Yeah,
boys.
not
The
the
Brockman
Jinx,
boys.
Dan and I,
The coach's corner crew.
Dan and I have talked about we've cashed in the last
Almost
4.
every year we bowled together.
Jeez.
Yeah, so we're trying to keep that streak going. No pressure.
Okay.
But trying to keep that streak going.
Well, I think we're
Not
all
bragging.
Well,
Hoping.
if I
hoping.
can do it.
Yeah.
I think we're all.
Yeah.
Or
gonna
me
do-
and Matt.
I don't know about yeah. Well, you said.
I think we're all going to do good. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I
Plenty
thank
of
you
hangers on
guys
the
for
head to
asking
go
us
around, though.
to jump in and do it again. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think I told Danny the last tournament that wasn't a Brookville thing for me was a Greater Hamilton one year. Years ago. It's easily 20 plus 25 years for
Well,
me.
these tournaments are a good little thing to get away.
Yeah.
It's, it's a good weekend away, have some good times. And if we bowl good, we bowl good. If we don't,
Well,
You
Still
have a good
spend
time
time
with
together.
Well,
Caitlin.
Your ball will be right back to throw it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I thank you guys for all bowling and being with us. It's made it a lot of fun. I know some of us fighting colds and stuff, but we're having a good time. But a couple things about any questions for us about this podcast or anything before we shut her down. Well, here's how it works. We taped tonight. We all got jobs and this, that, and the other. My daughter June and Shelby helped me produce it. So it comes out, it's tradition, 12 a.m. every Friday morning, or every midnight Thursday. So, and sometimes Wesley is our first view. He decides to wake up.
I wait
Steve,
Yeah, it's the
sometimes
first view.
just
Stephen up.
yeah.
At work.
Usually me
So-
or Steve.
Yeah.
What
We-
are we doing that early for?
I just get up.
Stephen
Usually
works
I
at
gotta
Walmart.
How
go
could
to
you
the
not when you know this
The
is on the air?
anticipation's killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just had an
Watch this
episode
on
come out
Skid.
last Friday, the 28th, with Rodney Klein and mine's interview. So it's going to be the first time we got back-to-back weeks. So a couple things coming up for business. Boys sectional starting Tuesday around the state. Good luck, Wildcats at South Dearborn.
Good luck, Oldenburg
Game 2.
Academy.
When are they playing?
Wednesday, Rising
Wednesday.
Sun
Okay.
at Milan.
Good. Oh man, Milan.
Yes.
Wait, at Milan versus Rising Sun.
Yes.
Okay.
And can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Shout out to, I got Craig Hurdle. I know you're watching, Craig Hurdle, but do you remember our second place at Ohio State
Oh, I'm sure he
bowling
does.
tournament?
Wow.
$777.
Woo!
We won. We won 432 the next year. I went in with my 131 average, had a 656.
Whoa.
You went in with your 151 and had a damn near 700.
Wow.
That's how you do it. But we didn't win first place because sometimes in Ohio you got to watch them. Because the last week of the season we lost. I just remember
that.
Craig Hurdle. I know you want to shout out about that.
I
And we
remember-
bothered your brother all the way home.
That was Mike.
Mansfield, Ohio.
Mike and Craig had just started bowling, and
Yes.
they both doubles together. And they said, "What do we have to do to win this, Matt?" And I said, "If you guys both bowl over 600, nobody will touch you."
Yeah.
And they blew it out of the water. And the last weekend of the tournament, 2 locals just happened to come in and get really hot the last
Yeah.
weekend and beat these guys. And you got to understand, bowling's got handicapped kind of like golf. So with these guys, when they got done, they averaged like 260 a game with handicap. So I mean, and people that don't know bowling,
That's very good.
an awesome bowler average the highest average ever I think recorded is 255 for a season.
That's a lot.
And these guys were 5 pins better per person than the highest ever. And they lost this tournament, and I remember just feeling so.
Matt, I want to thank you for still
Oh,
being
shit,
mad about it.
No, I just felt.
It
It
was
just,
like it was yesterday.
It was 25 years
so
ago.
apparently we weren't too upset about that because here we are, 25 years later, talking about it still
Well,
bowling.
yeah.
I will say that on mine. This
Still
is
throwing
Hey,
the same
or you
ball.
could be from Bloomington.
Do you remember when we had the county tournament in Brookville?
Yes,
And
okay.
the county tournament, we bowl on the last day, the first of the 2 shifts. Let's see. Tara Ellis Walls, remember
Tara.
that? Robin Reister, Robin Lee, Amber Reister, Amber Owens, Todd Lee, and me. We have a good first game. And Amber was getting better, and Tara and Robin, but they had low averages, and we were about in our middle years, kind of. Todd was about 150. I was maybe about 170 by that time. Second game, we blow it up. I got a 247, blah, blah, blah. We're rolling, okay? The third game, Todd falls down some. The girls are about the same. Rob Allen, nice job, buddy. 247, 147. Next, right after us, same lanes, Bowles, I don't know who, Bowles, some of the guys, and we were leading the thing. We're like, we might win the jackets, the coveted jackets, which means you have arrived in Brookville, the Brookville Lanes jackets. Thanks, Bowles. Where you guys had a hell of a series. He beats us by 4 freaking pins. And I roll up
couldn't even
247
come
to
over
a
to say
147.
that.
I couldn't stand it.
Oh.
I literally was like almost in tears.
And they couldn't even come over.
But I'm glad for you,
I'll let
Bells.
you know Kevin Bauman has that jacket hanging up
Yes!
in his bedroom, I think, right
Ha
now.
ha, Jack's pack.
He's laying in his hotel
He's got-
bed right
he's
now.
probably
I'm
got
not bitter, Bells. I'm not bitter.
It might be the only thing
He's got a
going on
post-it
now.
note on that jacket that says Jack's pack.
Yes, yeah. But hey, we're here in Fort Wayne. We're going to shut it down. We got a lot of bowling to do tomorrow. We've had
Yeah,
a
my
long
feet are
day.
cold.
Mike Huff is barefoot tonight. He might bowl barefoot.
I might
Shoeless
do it
Mike
tomorrow.
Huff. You ever heard of Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Yeah.
Shoeless Mike Huff.
Hey, you might wear thermals and have what?
I might wear my thermals and my bowling shoes tomorrow. That's it.
Well, you ever heard of the Naked Cowboy? It might be him or something.
That's the guy down the city.
Overrated.
Thank you.
Drinking water on the approach.
But we're going to shut it down, let everybody head to bed.
Yeah.
We've had a good night. We're going to have fun tomorrow. Boys sectional, good luck. Mark, coaches, Wildcats, Oldenburg, good luck.
Good luck,
Any of the
boys.
other teams anybody's involved with. Guys, good luck the rest of your bowling seasons. And lady, Nicolette over there, thanks for being patient.
Yeah.
with us over here. She should get an interview in here.
Well, shout out Centerville Bulldogs.
Hey,
Yeah,
there you go.
Heck
They're out there.
Yeah, I didn't mention them, but that's where I was bowling when Matt coached me, Centerville, Indiana.
Try some
Franklin
coffee.
County, get a
Cowbell.
bowling team.
Where's that
Yeah.
at?
Centerville, Indiana.
I don't know. I never.
Centerville
Yeah, I know
Bulldogs.
Never been there.
Hey, no,
They-
Just
it
they-
bugging you, Travis.
They,
I
they,
gotta
used,
get you back.
they were a good
These guys
team.
have
They
been
were a
hard
good
all
team
day.
back in the day when Matt was coaching us. I don't know
Yeah,
about
Matt,
now.
I remember that. He had to go sell
Yeah.
chips and
You
go
bought
coach
fundraisers
bowls.
from Brockton.
Yeah. I had to shout out the Bulldogs.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Blaine's
sorry,
crack.
Nick, turn this thing needs to be on.
Oh, it's anymore.
Oh, there goes the
My bad.
corner crew.
Yeah, you could have shout out Richmond, but their school didn't
We
want
don't
to
want to talk
recognize
about
the
Mike
bowling
Higgins.
guys.
We don't like midgets.
No, I was just saying that you could have shouted out Richmond back in the day, but their school still doesn't want to recognize their bowling program. So
Oh.
They had the
Yeah.
pictures up in 40 Bowl.
yeah, their high school bowling program won state one year, and they still don't want to recognize them. So
I'd be
you know,
proud of that.
shout out Richmond High School.
Richmond has had an incredible run in high school bowling. Mike
Yes.
Higgins just did phenomenal up there
Yeah,
over the last.
yeah.
They just had a couple bowlers go to state
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Not local
And,
to these guys, but local to us.
And we like, I mean, the one
Oh,
last
yeah.
thing I like to say is get the youth involved in bowling. Anybody can
Yeah.
bowl. Anybody can bowl.
Yep,
There's,
yep, yep.
I just seen the other day that a man bowled a 300. He's the fourth person ever to shoot 300 from a wheelchair. Anybody can bowl. It's a lifetime sport. It's something you do for a long time, and you don't have to be great at it to do it. You just go out and enjoy time with your friends and get involved in bowling. And the youth programs need to really start growing. I think it's a positive thing for kids to be involved in, no matter what it is.
And you
Yep.
say the
great
age.
people.
You say yes, and you say the age. Remember Russell Brock still bowling in his 80s,
86.
and he can still average about 140, 150.
Jerry Dorfline
Pretty
went
good.
to
Jerry's
Cedar
Jerry
Grove.
Dorfline's still whipping it
Yeah,
down the lane.
he was still giving me pointers there or nine.
Yeah. So
Well, that's the thing. It's like all of us, the young guys, younger bowlers. All of our memories are the older bowlers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
I'm always
what
glad I got
We're
to
all
bowl with the old
boomers.
guard.
that's what carries the sport along.
Yeah.
You know, that's what carries all
Maybe-
this stuff along.
maybe
Is the
someday-
memories. It's the
some-
memories.
Maybe someday somebody will mention
Yep.
our names on something. But,
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. Probably these guys.
All right, Rob. Well, thanks for
Yeah,
letting us come
probably
up and
those
share our
Hey, did you
time.
have fun?
Yeah.
You
Hey,
guys
glad
enjoy
we
it?
got to
No, I
crash
enjoyed
it.
it.
Glad we got to
Yeah.
crash the
Absolutely.
podcast.
Sorry, I called you Phil Donahue.
That's a compliment.
Little rascals. I guess I was a little
You know,
rascal.
Virgil would call me Robin Hood. But I think he called everybody Robin Hood. Yeah.
Travis plants on the wrong foot.
Graph.
Oh God, yeah,
Graph.
he's always been unusual,
Yeah.
but he sure
Great
was
bowler.
good.
Oh my God.
Great bowler.
Dude, I bowled with. He was my doubles partner. We cashed, I think, and stuff.
I'll never forget the first time that Indiana State was in Richmond for me. It was split between Doray and
Camera's still
a
freezing.
40 bowl.
Freezing.
And we walked in, and
There
the
it is
guy
right
had
now,
like
look.
the front 8, and
My
he
toes are
had a
like-
prosthetic leg. Just
Oh.
different things stick out in your mind.
Yeah, Rosenberger.
Anybody can do it. So yeah.
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 Yeah. There's a guy,
Fred.
Travis Graff. He bowls off the wrong foot. Not encouraging it, but he'll
He
beat
does.
you.
Oh my God.
Hey, he'll beat you. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Matt, you don't remember Roy Hull, do you?
I remember
He was
Roy
one
Hall.
arm.
Roy Hall he was missing an
Yeah,
arm.
he was missing an arm, and he balanced. I mean, he averaged 140 something. He enjoyed it. Roy Hull
Yeah.
down there.
Yes, I remember Roy Hall. Roy, I was right out of high school.
Yeah.
He bowled it for
Fred-
a few years, and
Fred Rosenberger had.
you know what? You hit me with the name and the bowling ball he threw. I just remember that it was blue, but I couldn't tell you what brand it was. It might have been a Rhino, but yeah, just I
Roy
remember
Hall.
Roy. Yeah.
Well, we're going to shut her down, everybody.
Thanks
As
for
you-
listening to Bowling Talk.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love it. We love talking stuff, and someday we'll get some CYO episodes. Hoping to come. Baseball season's around the corner. Hope to have you an episode with Larry and Todd Phillips and some folks. But again, like I mentioned, our schedule's kind of got to go by when we can fit things in. But we'll get everything in. We got a long time to go with this show. But thanks to all our viewers and listeners, YouTube and Spotify. And again, everybody be safe. Good luck tomorrow.
And remember, gardening and farming talk.
Gardening,
Hey.
Jason Webb,
Yes.
Danny Selm.
My garden's gonna be bigger than Huff's this year.
Well, were you a Springfield Aggie?
No, he wasn't in 4-H.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was.
Was you use a Wickham booster
I was a
then?
Wickham booster.
You were part of the evil empire.
Yeah, he was. I
I'm
didn't like
sorry.
that.
The
We
basement
love
of the
the
church.
Lanes. Well, hey, we're going to shut her down from
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. First time we're this far away from home. I know our screen's a little bit slow internet, so we're not going to break. Looks like we're break dancing.
Yeah.
But
Not
but
bad.
anyway, Thanks to all our listeners, producers, guests. Everybody be safe, and we'll see you. Tune in midnight next Thursday, 12 a.m. Friday morning
Also be some
for the
Friday
Coach's
morning.
Corner Room.
I'll be watching.
See you, everybody.
I'll be watching. Will you?
You stay classy.
This is where it
You
usually
Stay
gets
classy,
wild.
Sandy.
This is where it usually
Stay
gets
classy,
wild.
San Diego.
June usually has to do the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
All
do
right,
that.
great
We're
show,
going
guys.
live right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey. Great
Good job,
job, you.
Dan.
Great job. We're still on record, but we edit this part.
Part Danny,
Yeah.
Guys, hey, I hope you liked it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Pinkies out, bitches.
That was awesome.
Number 2.
I'll try to hit the things. Oh, watch out, Wes.
Oh,
Watch yourself, West.
Stop moving. Stop moving. Got him.